Hello everyone, once again welcome back to my YouTube channel Excellence to Infinity. So my today's topic is going to be L.C.M, which is also known as L.C.D. In today's video, I'm going to tell what is L.C.M, how to compute L.C.M, and what are the different ways in which we can compute L.C.M. So now let's get into our today's topic. Let's see what is the full form of these two numbers. LCM full form is lowest common multiple, and the full form of LCD is least common divisor. So multiple and divisor are same. Multiples are also known as divisors and divisors are also known as multiples. So that's the reason it is called LCM or LCD. Now let's see what does LCM statement says. Let's imagine there are two numbers A and B. Then C is the LCM of these two numbers. Then this C is the smallest positive integer which is evenly divisible by both A and B. I'm repeating. Let's imagine two numbers A and B. Then the LCM of these two numbers is C. So then this C is the smallest positive integer which is evenly divisible by both A as well as B. Now let's take an example. I'm going to take 2 and 4. So the LCM of these two numbers is 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, and 4 is the LCM of these two numbers. And now let's take one more example, which is 2 and 3. As there is no common numbers between these two, so I cannot perform LCM, but I can multiply these two numbers. Then the answer is 6, and this is the LCM of these two numbers. So in LCM can be done for more than two numbers as well. So I'm going to take two numbers which are 2, 4 and 9. Now let's see LCM for these three numbers. 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, and 9 is not divisible by 2. So that's the reason I'm going to write it as 9 as it is. And now there are no common numbers. There is no common number between 2 and 9. So that's the reason 9 into 2 into 2. So the answer is 36 is a LCM for these three numbers. Now let's learn what are the different ways to compute LCM. Here we go. So as I said earlier that LCM can be done for more than two numbers. So I have taken this as my example, and I'm going to tell you what are the four different ways in which we can solve LCM. Here we go with the first method, which is called multiples method. So in this method we need to write the multiples of all these three numbers, which is 6, 8 and 12. I'm going to write 6 table because multiples and table are same. 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 6 threes are 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, and then 54, 60. 8 2s are 16, 24, 32, 40, 48, then 56, 64, 72, 80. Here 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96, 108, 120. So now let's see, as our topic name says, least common divisor or lowest common multiple. So now let's see what are the common multiples. I can see 48 between these three. Also I can see 72, but it is only common between these two numbers. And also I can see 60, but it is common between only 6 and 12. We need to see the common number which is between three of these numbers. Also I can see 24, as our topic says lowest common multiple. 24 is the lowest of all, so that's the reason LCM of these three numbers is 24. Well, this method is very easy, but when we get numbers like 20345 and 1056, we cannot write multiples for all these numbers. We cannot write tables and figure out what are the common and then compute LCM. So that's the reason there is next method which is called division, which is easy. Division method. In this, LCM is done for all these numbers at a time. So I'm going to take 6, 8 and 12. So for doing this number, we need to divide these numbers with whole number, and also answer should be in a whole number. So while doing this, we need to check the numbers from starting, whether they are divisible by these numbers or not. Now let's start with 0. When 0 is divided with any number, it gives answer 0 or undefined. So that's the reason we cannot take 0. And as far as concerned about 1 is neither prime nor composite, as well as when divided by 1, the answer is itself always. So that's the reason we cannot take 1. So I'm going to take 2. Also I can see 3 of these numbers are divisible by 2. So 2 3s are 6, 2 4s are 8, 2 6 are 12. Now again I can see that two numbers are divisible by 6. Sorry, two numbers are divisible by 2. So I'm going to take 2. As I said earlier, answer should be in whole number. When I divide 2 and 3, I will not get answer in a whole number form. So that's the reason I am writing 3 as it is. 3 2s are 4 and 2 3s are 6. Now also I can see 2 is divisible by 2, but for doing this method, we should always consider at least two numbers should be divisible by 1 by the number. So if I take 2, there are no two numbers which are divisible by 2. So that's the reason I'm going to next number, which is 3. Also I can see there are two numbers which are divisible by 3. So 3 1s are and 2 as it is, because I said earlier, and again 3 1s are 3. Now the LCM of these numbers is 2 into 2 into 3 into 2, because when a number is multiplied by 1, the answer is always going to be itself. So that's the reason 2 2s are 4, 4 3s are 12, 12 2s are 24. The answer is 24. Now there is one more method which is called factorization method, and in this method it is very easy, but sometimes there are particular problems which is solved only in this method. So that's the reason learning factorization method is very important. This method is also known as prime factorization. So yeah, prime factorization. People who don't know what are prime and prime numbers, or else who want to know about prime numbers, please go and watch my introduction to complex numbers video. There I have explained what are prime numbers and what are composite numbers. So once again, let me tell briefly. So prime numbers are the numbers which doesn't have factors except 1 and itself. Let's see 2. 2 is divisible by 1 and only 2. So that's the reason. And when coming to 3, 1 and 3 are only factors. See, and let's take 11. Concerned about 11, 11 is only divisible by 1 and itself. So that's the reason numbers which are divisible only by 1 and itself are known as factors. In this method, we need to find out the factors of 6, 8 and 12. So here we go. I'm going to do this method through the division, which is going to be easy. 6, 8 and 12. So coming to 6, 2 into 3 and 8, 2 into 4. I said prime factorization numbers always should be prime numbers. Also there is one more reason. Let's say 2 into 3, here it is a prime number, and as for concerned about 4, 2 into 4, 4 is a composite number which can also be we can break 4 into 2 into 2. Now let's see 12, 2 into 6. It can also be separated, or it can be broken into 2 into 3. So that's the reason only prime numbers are taken. If we take any composite number, then it will definitely, we can break that number into primes. So that's the reason only prime numbers are considered. That's the reason it is called prime factorization method. Now in this method, the LCM should always be written as other factors into common factors, or vice versa. Now let's say here there are let's see, here there is a common number which is 2 2 2. So 2 into, and then I can see 3 3. These are repeating numbers, these should be written as 1, and 2 2 is a common number, so it is written as 1, and the leftover one, which is other number, it should be written as 2. So prime numbers are common numbers into other numbers, and when we multiply all these numbers, we'll get answer 24. So this is the prime factorization method. And now let's learn which is the last method, which is Venn diagrams. I always believe that learning any topic with a diagrammatical representation or diagrams makes learning even more easier. So that's the reason I always prefer learning in diagrammatic way, so that's the reason I'm going to tell you this way. Now let's take 3 circles, 6, 8, and then 12. Now let's see, 6, 8, and 12. Now let's see, 2 is the common number between these 3 numbers. So the common space between these 3 numbers is this. So I'm writing here 2. Now let's see, 3 is common between 6 and 12. So the common space for 6 and 12, that is blue circle and green circle, is here. I'm writing 3. Now 2 is common between 8 and 12. So the common space between 8 and 12 is 2. And the leftover other one, which is not common for any of 3, is 2. And it is 8, the factor of 8. So which is written here. This space is for only 8. Now let's see, the green circle, which is for 6, 3 into 2, 3 2s are 6. Red circle, which is for 8, 2 2s are 4 and 4 2s are 8. Now for the blue circle, which is for 12, 3 2s are 6 and 6 2s are 12. So that's how LCM is solved in 4 different ways. Hope you understood my video and you like my video. So please do like, subscribe to my channel, and let me know how is my video in my comment section. And thank you.